right here on Adrenaline Radio. We have a sales rep that can custom tailor a campaign that will benefit both you and your business. Call 562-945-6469 before your competition does. That's 562-945-6469. Yeah, adrenalineradio.com.
You know what? One time, maybe after all these years, we'll get that cue right. But thank you to everybody listening. This is the Three Guys Rant back in studio with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen.
Well, I don't know if there's three gentlemen, but we'll go with that one.
So, what's funny is I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so walking back in, Arvin continues to strive to make more sounds. I think they're just
my mic.
Okay.
Are we good now?
Am I good, Pam? Can you hear me?
Pam can hear me. All right, we're back in live.
I hear like three of you in my earphones right now.
You know what, though? That is the little voices in your head. It's not three of me.
That sounds about right.
So I just wanted to clarify that. I've been gone for a few weeks. And what's funny is, for those of you that are tuned in or logged in to the Ustream or iStream or which one is it, Arvin?
We stream.
All right, we stream. When I left, there was one camera. I'm back, and there are four. So if anybody truly needs to see this ugly mug up close, feel free to log on.
Please, people, please don't, because you'll never come back.
I'm just saying. You know, Arvin has a slogan for the whole group. It's, faces for radio, voices for the deaf. Yet every time I turn around, there are more pictures of us, more cameras. Arvin used to be our executive producer, but he has since retired. And he's turned it over.
Arvin used to be our stalker. And then he made his way into the building, and now he's part of the group.
You know what? That whole saying wasn't for us. I wasn't part of that equation. It was for you guys.
Wow. Is that what it was?
And what's funny is Arvin has always wanted to be the center of attention, but will deny it until the end of time. So I like the fact that he's done all of this for us, which is great. That's fine. And he's saying that if we're the ugly ones, once again, he's only confirmed with his Freudian slip that he would love to be the center of attention.
My Freudian slip.
Google that while you're trying to catch up.
That sounds like I might have to look into that tonight.
What's amazing is he seems to think that he's eye candy. I'm audio candy, so so I guess
All right.
What does that make you, bro?
The janitor?
That makes you diabetic to candy.
You know what? That's a good one. Yeah, I'm anti-candy.
No, what do you call them? The stuffed little meat.
Oh, don't even get him started,
meat pie or
man.
whatever, man.
My stuffed little meat pie is what Phil
Arvin
is.
walked into a restaurant and said, "I'm looking for my stuffed little meat pie," and the guy looked at him like, "Are you crazy? We don't sell those here." He's like, "No, there he is in the corner." Yeah, that was loads of fun. That's what I want to be known as, Arvin's stuffed meat pie. Our
wow, I think people are getting a completely different visual right now.
I do want to say that our hearts go out to the Seau family. Today was a tragic loss in San Diego. Junior Seau felt the need to take his own life. Nobody's quite sure why, but one of the great players of the sport. I loved him when he was a San Diego Charger, and it's kind of tragic to see these guys take their life. He is now the 8th member of the 2004 Super Bowl team to die.
Man, it's almost like the cast of The Exorcist, man. Everybody dying.
Yeah, it was. It's a sad day. Unfortunately, nobody knows quite sure why. What's interesting is how they say that the autopsy may reveal more.
No kidding.
But what I guess where I'm amazed by that is if you shoot yourself, even if they came back and said he had cancer, does that really reveal anything? I mean, it's
no, it doesn't reveal.
That's a rough one.
No, I think it's an open and shut case.
You would think so, but have you watched Cold Case or CSI? It's not that simple, brother.
The only thing I've seen is Hawaii Five-0 back in the
It's like 70s? The guy who supposedly committed suicide and he shot himself twice in the head.
How does that work out?
Exactly.
So, what troubled me about that whole statement was the fact that it took Arvin at least 12 seconds to compute that and come back with a response. Why is that, sir?
Because before I rule it out, I have to make sure there is no possibility of that actually being a possibility.
So is there a possibility of that being an actual possibility?
The soundbite we need to add is from that Adam Sandler movie that says we are stupider now for having listened to you. I need that. I need that button. Somebody give me that button, please.
Was that Adam Sandler or was that which one was that?
You know what, Phil? I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing I was told not too long ago. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
All righty. On another note, I do want to start a campaign. It's not officially been canceled, but we need
So
to
it's
save.
official. You're running for president.
Don't be ridiculous. We're going to vote for Obama, but we need to save Last Man Standing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show, man. I don't understand why the ratings are low.
Well, I don't believe ratings anyway. And if you're one of those doorknob families, quit watching the Housewives of wherever and the Kardashians and all that other crap.
You know what? Do you think that's what it is? Because I think just about anything reality TV is crap, and I watch a show. I think it's a great show. I'm a bit conflicted because it reminds me of Home Improvement minus The Boys.
You see, I don't get that at all.
You don't get what?
People say that it's his whole
It's like the
routine.
reverse.
Whatever.
No,
I
you know
don't.
what?
I don't see it at all,
It's-
man.
I think it's a little different. I just think the concept itself is the same. But do you think reality is kind of thrown good television out the window?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with Phil. I don't believe in the Nielsen ratings and all that crap. I think it's all outdated. They need to come out with figure out a better way to track what people
And the
are actually
reason
watching.
the reason I say that with 100% full confidence, obviously not looking at the ratings and having no way to measure this, I go back that in the early days of the internet, there were shows that people were really trying to do the whole Save Our Show, the SOS. And I'm drawing a blank on the name. It was like
That's
Roswell.
what that meant.
Yeah, SOS. Yeah, Save
Is
Our
that
Show.
why do the people that are stranded on desert islands put that on there?
I have no idea.
Because by the time they get off the island, they want to make sure their show's still on.
That's
All
a good
right,
point.
all
That's a
right,
good point.
cool.
There was a show
All right.
called Roswell many years ago, and the whole thing with Roswell was aliens came. It was a really good show, and they liked Tabasco.
It was pretty good.
So what happened was when they were going to cancel it,
Wait. Aliens that like Tabasco? That's what I heard.
right? They were people who lived on they were from another planet.
Okay.
They happened to like Tabasco. So when the Brain Trust,
I always wondered who was buying that stuff.
wow. So the Brain Trust that was going to cancel the show announced it. All the fans got together and mailed in bottles of Tabasco to show, hey, we're here. It's not our fault you picked the stupidest people on the planet to be Nielsen families. So the problem is, when they do the sampling and the statistical sampling of it, it used to be like 1 per 100,000
Can you say
homes.
that again?
Statistical. I got it now.
Mikey, you heard that right. He didn't say testicles.
No.
All right.
Dijo,
Continue.
estadísticas, baboso.
So that being said, what used to be 1 per 100,000, they used to drive me crazy. I'm like, how can one, and a family choose what I want to watch? Guaranteed, I don't like what they want.
Plus, what I don't know, if are they tracking now? Nowadays, people watching TV on different medias, like on the internet, on mobile phones, all of that being tracked as well. I don't know.
I've read some reports that say that it is, and they're saying that even like in my case, because I DVR everything and I watch it 2-3 days later, they say that they know you DVR'd it and when you watched it. So it's funny to hear myself with a 10-second delay there, but I don't agree with it. I think it should be more open, and I mean they should ask you, look, can we track your box? Just to make it more open.
You know what? I've
You know
said
what?
those
Okay,
words
here we go.
before.
The moment you said that,
I-
it's just like I was waiting over here.
You know what? I've tried that before. No woman's ever let me track her box.
I wonder why. I really do.
This is why the Kardashians got a 3-year renewal for $40 million because of people like you.
40 million a year or total?
Total. Come on, it's only on what is it, E or whatever it
Right,
is.
right.
Still a big chunk of change for 3 years of doing nothing.
Yeah, it is, man. But yeah, I don't know how they track it. I think the system is a little bit outdated. And
So they're
I
saying
don't know,
even
man.
if you DVR it, it keeps track.
So, some shows get credit for the ratings if you DVR it, others don't.
And my whole thing is that you're saying that Tim Allen has an older format. That's fine, but I think it strikes a chord with the 40-somethings.
Again, I think it's a great show. I've always found him funny. I've always thought he's been a great comedian. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the same show that he was doing before. I just think it's funny. It was 3 boys and 3 girls, but it was all last night, and I got to say, it's. I learned a valuable lesson last night watching that show.
And that was?
I learned what a whale tail is.
All right.
Wow, Arvin is leftover from the 80s. What drives me crazy is a good show like Last Man Standing has the same ratings as that stupid Dancing with the Deadbeats that's on like 9 hours a week. Really?
Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, it's like on 3 hours on Mondays because it's the review, and then 6 hours on Tuesday so they can have the voting. And now it's gotten so lame that they have the judges pick, and my wife, who ties up the TV, I know she's listening, you know.
Man, I know your pain.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Who wants to watch a bunch of has-beens? And it's like 6 hours long.
Are they getting ratings?
No. They actually have slightly lower ratings than Last Man Standing. But ABC, see, this is why I say that it's flawed. Because ABC stands behind that crap because they know people are watching.
Right. I don't understand it, man. The concept of the show, watching these people dancing, having that judge that wants to sup up with a biscuit all the guys that come. You know, the one on the left, Bruno or whatever.
Bruno's a little light in the loafers.
You know what? I gotta
holy
point something
crap,
out
man,
for
that
anybody
dude is-
that's listening. For you guys not to watch the show, you guys sure know a lot about the show.
Son,
I'm
Because
telling you
It's
because
our
it's at the
household.
house,
I
man.
don't even know that the show still exists.
It's
come to our
there.
households
It's
and
like
oh yeah.
oh Jesus, it's being DVR'd and watched at the same time.
And
It's
then
like,
replayed
crap.
and then discussed, you know.
And then watched again just for a review.
And then again, let me just preface that I have nothing against Arvin's people. All homosexuals are loved. I'm just saying
Whoa.
that Gary, who plays for the other team, sits there and Googles, you know, texts with my wife while they're watching this show together. Are you kidding me? Really? It's not bad enough.
Did I just get put in the same category as Gary?
Yeah. So, that being said, stop watching Dancing with the Stars. Let's save Last Man Standing. Something that matters.
Yes.
Okay.
Great show.
I just wanted to say. Now, on to something fun. I was looking around the news, as I always do, and I came across an interesting article. And apparently, there are more people like Arvin than we thought. There is a new site called meetaninmate.com. Now, that's meet-and-inmate.com because apparently there are lonely women in jail who are posting their pictures
What is
who would
that?
like a pen pal.
What is that
There's
website
lonely
again?
women in jail, really?
What is the website again?
Why are they so lonely? They're
Meet
there with all these
dash
other girls.
and-inmate.com.
You mean there's no pillow fights every night and
No.
sorority
No.
none of that?
No, that's in sororities.
Okay.
But apparently, for people like Arvin, you can go on, you can look at their profiles, you can pen pal with some of these, well, the majority of these women.
How do these women in jail get their picture up?
Hey, look, what do you want from me? Okay, I have no idea how people in jail get a phone.
Oh, I know how they get the phone.
Oh, Arvin can demonstrate how they get a
Okay.
phone.
I'm just simply saying that Arvin's been having trouble in
Is that why your phone is always slippery?
the love life. So
Just wondering, man.
I just want to make sure
you
that-
drop your phone an awful lot. Anyway,
And I'm not even holding it in my hands.
I'm
Wow.
just saying, man.
You
You take hands free to another level.
So you know what's funny is though I'd be curious to see. I want Arvin to let us know once he starts corresponding with several of these women. Do they really look like their pictures?
And then what we can do is, if they get released on parole, we'll have them on the show. And you guys,
Yeah, that would be really interesting. How let's all get stabbed in the neck while we're at it.
hey, man, they may be there for minor crimes, man.
Minor crimes?
Yeah.
That's just what they got caught for. Doesn't mean they've only done minor crimes.
And last but not least, as we talking to the segment, Mikey got through it because his daughters are now over 20. Well, 20? Is she 20 now?
Which one?
Your youngest?
Gonna be.
Going to be 20. I don't know if you saw the news, but in the last 24 hours, Eminem's daughter and Wayne Gretzky's daughter, both very good-looking girls. Wow, have they just been? They've been going insane. They're doing everything they can to upstage their fathers.
Really?
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen that.
I hadn't even heard about
yeah.
that.
Eminem's daughter.
She's 21?
No. That's why I'm saying Mike's lucky because his kids are adults now, and his youngest is a boy. So yes, I'm sexist and it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying these guys, they got it rough between Wayne Gretzky's daughter and Eminem's daughter. They're posting and tweeting and yeah.
Well,
Okay, now
but
I was going to say, I can understand Eminem's daughter. 'cause
exactly what I was gonna go with.
I don't see Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, her dad's got a clean image. I mean, what was it?
Well, that's
big
what
thing.
I'm
Start
saying.
off
though.
with, he's Canadian.
Okay, be that as it may, his
What,
daughter.
is she skating naked or something?
Nah, but she's
In a
posting.
frozen pond up in Canada somewhere.
What?
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You know
I mean,
if
what can she do?
You know what? If she's skating naked, I have a frozen pond.
Wow. Once again, apparently we have Tourette's in the room, and that would be Arvin over on the far right. So,
Mr. Frozen Pond.
is that his new name, Mr. Frozen Pond?
I don't know. We got to come up with something. There he is crying again, folks. You can see it on camera. Every show, it never fails. He just starts cracking up by himself on the floor. And there he is. All right.
Arvin, I worry about you on so many levels. It's a good thing your mother doesn't listen to the show.
Oh, man. All right, I'm back.
Go ahead, Arvin. What do you have to say to us?
I just had a flashback of the last.
Okay. So, anyways, where we going, man? Oh, what about did you hear Lindsay Lohan is going to play Liz Taylor?
Was it Liz Taylor or Marilyn Monroe?
Liz Taylor.
Liz Taylor, okay.
In a Lifetime film. You know, they show some pictures of her kind of made up like Liz Taylor, and she looks like Liz Taylor, like a young Liz Taylor.
She can be, yeah. She's not, she's not. Well, you know what? The poor thing, she's not bad looking. It's just she always looks hungover and just extremely beat up and.
Right. Kind of like Arvin every morning.
Right.
I look like that at night, so I don't know what.
Not
you're
the good-looking part, but always beat up and hungover. Walk in the morning, it's like, holy Jesus. But
Poor.
you know,
Arvin, so tell us, how goes your love life?
Love life? I don't even know what that is. Unless I'm paying for it, I'm not sure exactly.
well, when it comes to love life, we all pay for it one way or another. You just pay for it up front in cash.
You know what? That's the best way, because at least you know that you're getting a professional. I always say, if you're going to go on a date, you're paying for the date anyway, so you might as well get it from a professional.
All right. That's interesting.
You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk about the happiest place on earth, since it kind of goes hand in hand. I don't know if you guys have heard that Starbucks is, or it looks like we're going on break here, so we'll come back to this.
See what happened? You started talking and Pam said, no, we're going on break. We need to shut him up. So you're listening to the Three Guys Rant? We'll be back.
Los Pollos, home of flavored down-to-the-bone chicken. As we say in Spanish, el sabor hasta el último huesito. At Los Pollos, we serve delicious Cuban/Mexican marinated chicken. We are cooking our chickens in rotisserie ovens to give you a well-seasoned, well-marinated, well-cooked, delicious chicken. We have 3 locations to serve you. In the city of Bell, we are located in 6201 Atlantic Avenue on the corner of Randolph and Atlantic. In the city of East LA, we are located on 5161 Pomona Boulevard on the corner of Atlantic and Pomona Boulevard. And in the city of Downey, we are located on 7940 East Florence Avenue on the corner of Paramount and Florence. Come to Los Pollos and experience the most delicious chicken that you'll ever have the pleasure of eating.
As a parent, you're faced with making lots of choices for your children. And sometimes choosing can be difficult, especially when it comes to entertainment. Can they watch that new TV show? Which movies can they go see? What video games can they play? Just like TV and movies, choosing appropriate video games is important because certain games may not be suitable for kids. Fortunately, there's the ESRB video game rating system. It's a simple tool to help me choose the video games that are okay for my children to play. On the front of the game package is the rating symbol. We're all pretty familiar with them. E for everyone, E10 plus for kids 10 and older, T for teen, and M for mature. And on the back is a description of what's actually in the game. The video game rating system helps me choose which video games are right for my kids and which ones may not be. Use the rating system by looking on the package of every computer and video game. You'll be glad you did. For more information, visit esrb.org.
Morning, sports fans.
What's going down with you?
Enjoy the ride. This is Pep.
And Dre.
We're inviting you to come along for the ride every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
10 to 11, RSD, 1680 AM, Adrenaline Radio.
Best 60 minutes in sports. Come along for the ride. We need you. We want you. Sports at its finest. Conversation and analysis, courtesy of the Paperboy crew, Shay and Dre.
Every Saturday, 10 to 11 on Adrenaline Radio, 1680 AM. Follow along, Ruckus.
Streaming live from Los Angeles, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
Arvin?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you know what? In all fairness, you say we never let you talk, so go ahead. She said that you heard her. She starts now.
Starts now. Anyway, so what we're talking about the happiest place on earth. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Starbucks is getting ready to open locations on Disney properties.
What's so amazing about that statement is that you're amazed at all. Wasn't there a period there where it looked like the only place you couldn't find a Starbucks was in the bathroom of a Starbucks?
Actually, I think I found one there too. No, but what I thought was funny is they're I think still in negotiations. I believe the one here in Anaheim or California Disney is going to be the first one to do it, but they're not going to look like Starbucks. They're not going to be called Starbucks. The aprons, nothing's going to look like it, but it's going to be Starbucks coffee. They're still going to be themed after Disney. No comment.
Go on.
No, apparently it's not. Apparently it's not.
I mean,
I figured you were going somewhere with it. I mean, okay.
I mean, Mike and I were on a cruise ship a few years ago that served Seattle's best. It was still served in a Royal Caribbean cup, but it was Seattle's best coffee. That was fascinating. Thank you, Arvin.
I'm surprised the coffee didn't jump out of the cup because it didn't say Seattle's best on the outside.
No. Maybe what happens is the Starbucks coffee served in Disneyland turns into little Mickeys.
Yeah.
And then you drink from the ears as it grows.
Yes. And then you transport it into the palace, and there you see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'd go anywhere that'll transport me, Mikey. Let's go.
Let's go.
Wow. Arvin, you're killing me. Coffee?
Thank
really?
you.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Where is my Adam Sandler? Next.
Anyways, what do you think is the most hated city in America?
Hated?
Most hated.
Most hated city. I'm gonna say.
You realize that this is radio, right? It's not TV. People can't watch you sit there and think.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say San Francisco.
That's what I would have thought.
Not San Francisco.
Where?
It's Detroit. Where do you think Los Angeles lands?
Second.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hated by who?
Los Angeles most hated city in the U.S. gunning for number one. Only Detroit was more hated than Los Angeles. That is a result of a new survey by Public Policy Polling based in North Carolina from April 12th through the 15th. They surveyed 900 American voters asking for their thoughts about 21 prominent cities.
Okay, stand by. See, here's the problem again I have, and I know they're listening. So all of Middle America, shoot yourself. Because what cracks me up about this, 900 people. There are 300 million.
In North Carolina, no less.
300. Does North Carolina even have a population greater than the people that graduated from my high school? I think not. They're all inbreeds, missing teeth, and probably didn't graduate past the 5th grade. But they're conducting a survey about L.A. out of 300 million in America.
What do you think on the flip side? What do you think was the most liked city?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere in Arkansas?
No, not even close.
San Francisco.
Are you trying to come out of the closet? What is it with you in San Francisco?
What is the city?
Seattle, which I just have a believing.
Have you ever been to Seattle?
Doesn't that tell you that all these people are depressed?
That's what I thought.
They don't
and that's
like
the conversation
happiness.
we had. According to Mikey,
But it's a beautiful place. I don't understand about being depressed. I lived up there for a couple of years. I was never depressed.
You know what? That actually explains a lot about you.
Now, then again, out of the 2 years, I was sober about 6 weeks. But any more fun facts?
Please continue.
Please.
Oh man.
And we discussed that we would do segments. This is the Arvin segment, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue.
This is nobody. I didn't get that memo.
I
Anyways, next one down the list. Arnold Schwarzenegger got pulled over for speeding and being on the phone.
You've been hanging on to that one for 6 weeks. Let it go.
Did we talk about this before?
LIG.
Okay, and then what happened?
He didn't get a ticket.
Okay.
So people are saying, is it because of who he is?
Okay,
Care
what
to
people?
guess?
Who's they?
The 900 people.
The 900 people.
900 people.
Well, the same 900 people from North Carolina got pulled.
What did he say? Don't give me a ticket. I'll be back. Help me, Arvin. Help me. The 7 listeners we have, 3 have already shot themselves.
You see why Junior Seau just shot himself? He's probably listening to last week's show.
Next.
Which was the best of.
Best
which meant there was just an hour of dead air.
Tell me you have something relevant and recent that happened in the last 24 hours. Because so far what you've read me is at least 7 days old, if not older.
You know what it probably is? Let's go off of this one. Let's go off of this little piece of paper.
Here we go. Another piece of paper.
There's a new boner pill out there.
Okay.
They say that this is supposed to take effect within 15 minutes. I got to say, what's the rush? Why do we need a faster pill?
Well, in your case, because you're paying by the minute, you need to maximize the whole hour. Okay?
So if it takes 15 minutes, you got 15 minutes left, and you still got to wine and dine her.
Wait. I pay by the hour, whether it's 45 minutes or 2
45,
minutes.
sorry.
45.
I'm still paying by the hour, so I might as well get my money.
I don't see him paying for the hour, dude. He's gonna try to haggle for a half hour.
What are we in Colombia?
Wow.
Next.
No, we're not, and you do
Anyways,
not resemble a Secret Service agent.
Have you heard about the man that's suing BMW?
Because he rode their motorcycle?
You did hear about this.
I read the article.
What happened?
Now, what bothers me is how this follows on the first one.
That's exactly.
And you asked Mikey if he's coming out of the closet. Yes, you seem to be enamored with male erectile dysfunction today.
So what happened there? Because I didn't read that.
Tell him, Arvid. What happened?
Anyways, a man suing BMW for having a boner for 2 years after riding his motorcycle for 4 hours. I don't see the connection.
That dude is just an idiot.
All right, Arvin segment still has 5 minutes. Continue, Mr. Ochoa. What else do you have for us?
Let me see. LA riots. It's been 20 years. Is that recent enough?
Arvin was one. Go on. I like the fact, this is the part that I love the most because since it's so relevant to Arvin, the way he talks about Arvin. Tell us about how you felt when the riots were going on. When you watched Reginald Denny.
You know what? What I was hoping is that I was older so that I could have got a new TV. That's what I was hoping.
That sounds about you.
Yeah.
Tell us what you even. How old were you during the riots?
It's probably about 12.
So it interrupted Tom and Jerry for you? Is that what it was? Woody
It actually
Woodpecker?
did. All the smoke in the house wasn't letting me concentrate on my cartoons.
So you lived in South Central at the time?
Not quite there, but
Not
close
quite.
enough.
I see. Okay.
Close enough.
Anyways, yeah, Rodney King is actually writing a book now called The Riot Within. Is there still racism in America?
What's funny is how he cracks himself up.
No,
man.
you know what's cracking me up? Unfortunately, the cameras that are in here aren't, you can't see the full studio. We have people in here, which isn't really helping because you can hear the laughter. But the funny thing is that they don't notice they have a microphone above their head, so people can hear them laughing. Is it
Well,
disconnected?
but what's even funnier to me is that we all share an office outside of sharing the studio. When Arvin's preparing for
And
this,
outside of that office, we share a home.
he's already killing himself. Okay? So what's so funny is Arvin's over there preparing the show, laughing himself to death. He sends Mike and I a 21-page dissertation on what his topics are for the show and how he's going to carry everything, and yet he's almost out of material.
I got a good one.
Oh, he found a good one.
Look, dude, even
So-
Pam's out there. She's contemplating
She's
whether or not
just-
she should take her own life.
She's
man.
just, let me just read something because I'm going to slash my wrists any minute.
We're coming up to a break, but let's talk about this one.
It couldn't come fast enough.
Can't come fast enough.
Workers-
That's what I was thinking.
Workers' comp. Does that cover sex injuries?
Yes.
Apparently, you know the story
That's
too.
15 years old, Mr.
No. This
Ochoa.
just happened. Didn't you hear about the woman?
You think that's the first case ever?
You know what? If I would have heard about this 10 years ago, I would have sued for a sex
You know what's
injury.
funny is Arvin started reading a newspaper yesterday, and they're about to be discontinued. For those of you that have been following the news in any way, shape, or form, long before there was electronic media, these are all rehashings. Go on.
Go ahead. So what happened?
Can I finish my story?
Yes,
Because
please.
this is the most interesting story I read about all week.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
Workman's comp. A public servant injured on a work trip while having sex with an... let me see.
You know, you should be on CNN. You should have replaced, what's his name with the suspenders?
Larry King?
Larry King?
You should replace Larry King. You're so
I'm
into
so
your
what?
news stories over there.
We're just going to start calling you a Little Giggles.
Little Giggles? Who's Big
Little
Giggles?
Giggles.
That's what we call you,
Who's
man.
Big Giggles?
Don't worry about Big Giggles. Big Giggles is fine.
Anyways, bottom line is yes, a judge says that she should be entitled to workman's comp for being injured during sex while on a work trip. That's all I got.
Wow.
All right.
You cluttered my inbox with like 82 emails of information that you wanted to share. Once again, I'm going to stress, this is why Arvin has no love life. Ladies, please, and even some men, feel free to call in. Talk to Arvin. He needs a little love. Somebody needs to take him out. That's what it is. Living
Somebody
in
needs
his
to take him out all right. Come out back and beat his ass.
Living in his
we got a volunteer in the studio.
Living in his mother's basement is really starting to affect him.
Again,
I
it's
think
not
so.
a basement, it's a man cave.
Be that as it may, you live in your mother's house.
I got my own door in the back.
I've never seen a pink man cave before, but okay, whatever.
Hey, don't get mad because my futon is my bed and it's my table and it's part of the shower. What can I say?
Your futon is part of the shower. I don't think Larry Miller Sit Sleep would like that.
No,
Arvin
he
Body-
wouldn't. He wouldn't know what that.
I know
how
that's
that
true.
relates.
Arvin.
Care to guess?
Yeah, we're talking about the whatever or it's free guy.
Oh, we're going on a break. Yeah, you listen to the Three Guys Rant on AdrenalineRadio.com
Indie104.com and DMNarcRadio.com.
with the Clam Chowder Power Hour. And I guess we'll be back.
I don't know why.
Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
I'm Reese Per Year.
And I'm Sandy B. And we're the hosts of
Real Talk with Sandy and Reese.
Make sure to tune in every Friday at AdrenalineRadio.com at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time
or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
where we'll be covering topics such as parenting,
relationships,
current events,
entertainment news,
and you never know what celebrity guests will stop by. Also, we have
Romy's Beauty Tips.
So make sure you tune in each and every Friday because we have something to say.
Hi, this is Gerald.
And this is Rashada, the host of your favorite show,
Get In If You Fit In, reminding you to tune in every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Get In If You Fit In features only the best of the best and our personal favorite up-and-coming and established entertainers,
musicians,
fashion designers,
and entrepreneurs.
We also have prizes and contests you can only win while listening live.
Sponsored by Norman Lewis First Class Celebrity Limousine Service. Make sure you guys like us on Facebook at Get In If You Fit In.
Follow us on Twitter at Get In If You Fit In.
Don't forget to subscribe to our personal iTunes account. Just search for Get In If You Fit In.
Make sure you tune in every Wednesday to Get In If You Fit In. Hosted by me, Rashada.
And Gerald.
Tropicana Bakery and Cuban Cafe. Come and experience our sweet tradition of sweets, pastries, and incredibly delicious Cuban food. At Tropicana, we offer a bohemian, nostalgic-like atmosphere. In Spanish, we say, es la hora de tertulia de café, which is the moment of drinking coffee and having a great time with friends and family. At Tropicana Bakery and Cuban Cafe, we have an array of exquisite coffees. We have an array of desserts, of pastries, empanadas, sandwiches, and Cuban food. Come to Tropicana Bakery and be blown away by the Caribbean-like atmosphere and flavor profile. Tropicana Bakery and Cuban Cafe is located in the city of Downey. The address is 10218 Paramount Boulevard, virtually on the corner of Paramount and Florence.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, and we're back. Arvin has been kicked out of the room. It's time for the it's time for the Boricua segment.
Okay. ¿Quién va a empezar? All right, no, so, okay, Arvin, I just want to thank you for the last 15 minutes. It was inspiring.
And comedy gold.
I'm just hoping that I can match some of that.
Should I lend you my suspenders now? Because they're tied to my whale tail thing going on right now.
He's still with the whale tail.
I know. Now, anyways.
Wait, do you know what a whale tail is?
Hey, dude. This is my segment, so shut up. No. No, so we're going to talk about some things. I just was glancing through a couple of things that caught my eye this week, and one of the things was about, I never noticed because I don't watch it, but apparently there's a guy who's trying to become the first African American bachelor to appear on The Bachelor. What I didn't know is that that show has been on for 10 years, and there's been between that and The Bachelorette 23 seasons.
And if we allowed my wife to call in, but she's banned, she could probably tell you all 23, where they are now, who they're married to, who they left, who their neighbor is, and what they're doing.
But what's amazing is that I never noticed it. There's never been a black person as the lead character on the male or female side. So in fact, two black guys actually are suing ABC for apparently rigging the.
Well, has there been a Mexican
I was
or
going to say,
Puerto Rican? Can we
has there
sue?
been? Because I'll get in on this class action lawsuit.
Yeah, but you're not black. Yeah,
We're-
no. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna avoid that. But I mean, I figured, it's pretty. I'd never pay attention, but yeah, I guess this guy's saying, that they're rigging the way they pick the bachelor or the contestants, whatever they call themselves, and there's never been a black person.
I don't know if they'll win, because as long as they get black people auditioning, doesn't that mean that it's an open audition to anybody?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. All I'm saying is, I guess it kind of makes sense. Everybody's suing somebody nowadays for whatever reason. Maybe I could sue because they haven't had a Puerto Rican on there. So, you guys want to join my lawsuit?
That's it. That's all you got.
Oh no, I got plenty more, man. The other thing is Sofia Vergara.
Oh.
I know Phil already. He perked up. One of the things, how
Whoa! I don't need to know what you guys are doing underneath the table.
You know how we all love her.
Oh yes.
Even women love her.
Yes.
I find her annoying.
Get out.
You know what?
If she
Open the
stopped
door.
talking,
Turn off his mic.
if she stopped talking, she'd be the perfect woman. But that voice is just.
So turn off his mic and ban him from the
I
studio.
That
can only
voice
take
is
so much.
is angelic. But anyways,
it's more like
If I
Helic.
could shoot a laser out of my eyes right now and blow your head up, I would.
Look, Superwoman, it's not gonna happen.
So anyways, people are always wondering what her workout routine is because, she looks so gorgeous all the time. And apparently her son was interviewed on a show, and when they asked him, what's your mom's workout routine? He starts cracking up because he says she has no workout routine and she eats like a crazy woman. Those are his words.
Yes.
She eats anything and everything.
I saw the interview
and
on
she
her.
loves a ton of cake. She eats a lot of cake and pastries.
Because she says if she doesn't, she ends up like a twig.
Right.
She says that to keep the weight on and whatever, she's one of those that just has that super metabolism. So that's why women hate her.
So that's awesome, dude. 'Cause imagine you have a woman that can go out there and actually eat. She's not, she sits there with you and she can pick out. The only thing is you're going to blow up, but she's still going to be looking
I was
good.
gonna say, you know what? That sounds like a negative to me personally. I don't know if I'm all for that, because that means I got to pay for that bill.
No, it's
so
'cause
I
you don't-
prefer a woman that doesn't eat.
It's because I'm not going to say anything, man. But anyways, if there was a reason to love her even more, I think that's it, man. A lady that looks so gorgeous and still can eat as much as you want, that's great.
So, Phil, Sophia or Kim?
Well, that's a perfect sandwich right there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I went to my happy place. Sorry.
And he's not talking about Disneyland with Starbucks.
Oh, I see you perked up again.
Oh yes.
One of the things, talking a little bit of politics, not too much. You know how Mitt Romney and, first of all, to commemorate the death of Bin Laden, each side was trying to do some sort of event to kind of outstage the other. So Mitt Romney's idea was to go deliver pizza with Giuliani to a firehouse in New York. So what's funny is while they're there, Mitt Romney starts getting yelled at by a heckler, talking about how he's a racist, this and that. She was so loud and she drowned him out so much that within 5 minutes he had to leave. So as he was leaving, he realizes that Giuliani wasn't following him. So he goes back to the mic to thank him for being there, and the lady starts screaming, "F you, Romney," even louder. So they both had to leave and cancel their event. But on the same day, the president makes a surprise visit to Afghanistan. And, so that shows you the contrast. But I was reading this article about what it took to get the president over there. And they call it's kind of like out of a spy novel, man, how the reporters, they were told where to be, at what time to be there. When they're being checked in, they got to turn in all electronics, computers, laptops, cell phones, and nothing is allowed. The plane takes off in dark, no lights at all, not even inside. When it lands over there, the same thing. This helicopter's waiting. They take him to this palace where he signs that agreement. He drives. He's with the troops, and it just, if you read it, it's just amazing the things that our forces can pull to get our president into a hotspot pretty safely.
Let me know when I can wake up.
But it's because you're not into that, man. That, how they can move our president into a war zone and bring him back safe, man.
Arvin's not into the president.
And nobody knows that he's even gone.
Right. Arvin's not into the president being moved around the country safely.
Right.
But when Tupac was showing a video, Arvin must have seen that thing 200 times on YouTube.
I saw it twice.
So a dead rapper.
And let's go back to an update of that hologram.
Oh, please update us.
Suge Knight's upset.
Suge Knight. You're lucky there's a lady on the board today, because I got a statement for Suge Knight, but that's fine. Go on.
Suge Knight is upset because I don't know if I'm sure you remember he had
Death Row Records wasn't on
the chain, correct?
Right.
So I don't know. It seems kind of petty to me. I think people are just trying to jump on the bandwagon.
Dude,
trying to
is
make some money.
anybody ever happy anymore?
He just sees the money that could potentially be made there, and he wants to be a part of it, man.
Millions upon millions upon millions.
Hey,
anyway,
you're cutting into the Boric hour.
Let's go back.
But that's cool. I mean, it's pretty. You know he was going to come out. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Well, I'm waiting for you to come out. I know it's a matter of time too.
Well, you already came out, so I don't know. But like I said, hopefully I can get inspired by you.
After I seen you, I'm coming back in.
Who else? Oh, Google. You read about Google Translation now, where if you get an email that is not in your language, you can automatically click a button on the top. It's a new app, and it'll translate it automatically, all of it.
I gotta say, it works.
And likewise, if you're writing something and you want to translate it to another language, you click it and it goes.
I have a problem though.
Okay.
Arvin sent me an email the other day, and I could only assume it was Ebonics.
Oh, okay.
When I hit translate, it said sorry. Cannot translate such a stupid statement.
Okay.
So when I went back,
are you telling me Google told you the same thing?
I
feel
asked,
that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Please identify language. It simply said must be an alien,
right,
and not one from the south of the border, because it says no one and no creature and no culture speaks or paraphrases in this manner.
Well, it reminds me of a joke by.
It's called shorthand, Phil.
By Ron White. A comedian. He talks about how he doesn't necessarily have to marry the prettiest girl, because he says if she doesn't have a great body, I can go to the doctor, fix her. If she can't see, I can have a doctor fix that, but I can't fix stupid. So he says he'd rather marry an ugly woman than a stupid one. So anyway, that's what came to my mind.
Is that what Tater Tot said?
That's what he said. The other thing that
Who's Tater Tot?
Ron White. They call him, and it's not tater tat; it's tater salad. But anyway,
I'm sure that's what you want to eat right now.
Yeah,
salad.
Yeah, but you want to toss a salad. It's a difference.
Let's go.
The other thing, this website, how people are always Googling each other, especially after a job interview and that kind of things. There's a site that came up with this system where you can find out who's been Googling you. So I think that's pretty cool. But, not in your case, because you're a stalker.
Hey, here's a question for you, too, especially because, it's Arvin's generation. So I know that they're trying to pass a bill now to stop it, but as of right now, during your next interview, when Arvin, gets off of welfare and goes back, EBT, and goes back to, a real job because we throw him out of the studio, his next employer will ask for his username and password for Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace.
Right.
And they have the right to refuse employment to you unless you surrender that. What are your thoughts on them looking into what a nutbag you really are?
Now, did that become law already, or
they're trying to pass a couple of bills saying that, and I agree that you shouldn't have to give up your username and password, but at least from my standpoint, some of the stuff that people put on there, holy but jeebers, if that doesn't give you an indication of how far on the nut farm they really are.
But you know what the funny thing is? I don't know if it's become law yet or not, but I know certain police departments in certain states, it's already mandatory. Anybody that wants to apply to become a cop or sheriff, I think even the fire department, it's mandatory for them.
I'm not asking if it's mandatory. I'm asking what are your thoughts, though? Because this is your generation. I know how I feel about it.
I don't have social media. But I think you're right on what you're saying. Do I think they should have some kind of access to it? Absolutely. I mean, if you're on Facebook, it's public information. Do I agree with them looking at your messages and all the creepy stuff you're probably sending to some girl in Wisconsin? Probably not. That's almost, invasion of privacy.
What's funny is I took a psychological assessment about 10 years ago. It was hysterical because, then they do the different ratings on your personality and your profile. And it came back as not a team player, does not work well with others, and then we're on the bottom where it said, recommend hire or not. Mine says, do not hire.
You know what, Phil? I don't know how much you paid for that test, but I could have told you that in 5 minutes.
Now, what I'm saying, though, is the test came back 100% accurate, and I agreed with it. I happen to know the VP of operations at the time, and he laughed and said, don't worry, I know you. This is okay.
So you truthfully and honestly took this test?
No joke.
Okay.
No, yeah, Mike took in a similar one also, and I took on there, and it said, again, does not play well with others, is not a team player. That's one of the things it did say. Where the contradiction says, will take care of only his own. And that was always my mentality, whether it was one store I was overseeing or my team, whatever. I always had that singular mindset. So I'm saying that the psychological test pegged me. One of the things that I wonder about with Facebook and some of these other items that are out there now, you look at some of these nut jobs that post every 15 seconds, I wouldn't hire them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of like right now, I don't know, a lot of those laws are kind of getting creepy. It's like right now, even after you've been hired, your employer can look at your credit report, and if they see that you're a deadbeat and not paying your bills, even though it has nothing to do with your employment and what you do, they can fire you. So
after they've hired you?
Yes, after you've been hired.
I don't see the connection.
And there's some companies that will, like every 6 months, whatever, they look at their employees' files. And they can look at your credit report.
For the purpose of what? To see if they're stealing from the company?
No, but see, part of the problem also is one of the things that I read on the other side of that to what you're saying. Yeah, it's creepy. But when employers just do a basic count, they're looking at people who post in the hundreds of times in a given month. So that means their productivity and whatever else they should be working on is severely overlooked.
All right.
So that's all I'm saying is that some of that stuff, I don't get it.
No, on that I cannot understand because I see people on Facebook they have a message up every 5 minutes. Anyways, I guess we're going to our final break. We'll be back with our final segment. You're listening to a Three Guys Rant on AdrenalineRadio.com. DM Narc and Indy 104.
And Arvin got mad because we haven't said the number one time. 800-405-6425.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
Close your eyes in Chicago, and you can hear the sound of zebra braying in Africa. Look hard out your window in D.C., and you can see the snow-covered peaks of the Andes. Stand on a corner in L.A. and feel the hot wind of the Sahara brush across your face. The world is that small. We are that connected. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together, making it so simple for you to make a difference. Because we are many, and we are one. Please visit us at earthshare.org to learn more. Earthshare. One environment. One simple way to care for it all. A public service message from Earthshare and the Ad Council.
I'm a champion, real-life Shaq mechanism. Ya, 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 ya.
Hi, Shaquille O'Neal for Rad. This is not your normal PSA. Don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out and have a good time, it's fine. But designate a driver to drive home. Let's stop the madness. Don't drink and drive.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You wanna go? All of you who wanna go to college, wanna go? You best listen to this knowledge. Listen. You gotta be a go-getter, cause it's hard to get there. Get up in their face, get up in their space. Excuse me, missus. You say you're my teacher, you say you're my preacher. Excuse me, mister. You act like you're large and you say you in charge. So show me, what is it that I need? So tell me, the books I should read. Somebody hit me with the 411. There are steps to take, there's a job to be done. I want step 1, step 2, step 3 spelled out. All the info is what I'm about. So ask for help and do not stop. Know how to go, that's it, let's rock.
That was Farnsworth Bentley with Wanna Go. For more college info, visit knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, and we're back for the final segment. One of the things I wanted to talk about is I know that Arvin looks forward to 420 every year. And, you know, all these young people really need to slow down. But if you were happen to be in San Diego on 420, for those of you who do follow the news, which Arvin doesn't, you know, a young man who was going to get released got swept up in a ICE raid down on the border. And somehow they forgot him and left him in one of the cells with no toilet, no water, no way out for 5 days. And, you know, the man survived on his own urine. Said he found some white powder in the room. Turned out it was meth. Decided to take it. So starts hallucinating while he's in the room.
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm having a hard time with this because if he had meth, 5 days is nothing.
Well, but he's got nothing to eat. At least you got to hydrate.
No. 5 days meth is nothing.
Okay, well, since you know, that was a little foreign to me. I wasn't sure how to take that, but you know, I'm just saying. I was thinking of Arvin that day, and maybe he'll behave on 420.
I'm not quite sure. Are you calling?
Well, since 420 passed, I mean,
I realize that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he made it through.
Well,
this
he's
one.
still here. But you know, here's the thing. If you know, things are tough, and people are always, you know, reverting to a life of crime because they don't want to get a job, whatever. But if you're gonna rob a bank, try not to poop in the parking lot, because we got this genius here. All right, his name is Russell Mays of Connecticut. Allegedly, took a dump outside in the bank's parking lot before he went in to rob it. The funny part is, not only did he leave that evidence, his wife and kids were waiting in the getaway car for him. So it's just genius at work, right there.
You know what?
Matt.
I can completely relate to this.
Can you please tell us how you can relate to this?
You know what? Because that's one hell of a family, man. That's family time right there, man. The family that robs together stays together. Number two,
you do understand that the irony in that statement, correct?
I do not.
When the husband goes to jail for federal bank robbing,
you know what?
The wife is an accomplice, and the kids go to foster homes. How is a family that robs together stays together statement part of the whole?
They have to get away. That's a secret.
Oh, okay, so is that what? Okay,
that was a flaw in the plan.
Number two. If you're going in to rob a bank,
number two, okay.
if you're going in to rob a bank, your nerves have to be shot. So I can totally understand going and taking a dump before you walk in. I probably would have.
I disagree, though. That's just it. Your nerves can't be shot. It has to be nerves of steel. You got to go in prepared to die. There's no way around that. Because you get Barney Fife over there, who's a little happy, and the right thing comes the right way. You know, he's going to put two in your head.
Another thing, you know, for those of you who like crashing empty homes, if you break into a house to have a party, don't forget to take your pictures. There's a couple of geniuses here in Georgia, of course. A man returned home after a 10-day trip and found that burglars had broken into his house, had a party, washed their dog, and amongst other things that they did to the home. But they left behind a half-eaten birthday cake.
Did they wash the owner's dogs?
I don't know.
Or
they washed a dog.
Okay. So they might have brought a dog and washed it there.
So and then they left a half-eaten cake and all the pictures of the party.
Maybe it was Sophia. She likes cake.
So you know what's funny, man? Look at that winner right there, man. You know, one of the pictures. it was just hilarious.
Over there. Over there at the camera.
But, you know, so one of those things. And since, you know, talking about funny stuff, a former police officer was caught pleasuring himself while on duty. This genius had the camera in the squad car on while he's taking care of business by himself. And, of course, he got caught. He got fired. But with the funny part of the story, his badge number was number
69.
Yes, sir. So, is it any surprise?
That is a very sad day in law enforcement.
This dude, and they could hear it. They said that what triggered the cam to come on was the sound of the zipper coming down.
Oh.
I guess it's sound activated.
Whoa, I got to give you one of those cameras.
So then they hear him breathing heavy.
Zipper activated camera. That is something to look into right there.
It just, I don't know. That's why you got to look around.
This one will just, Arvin's going to have a field day with this. Edvard Munch sold the Scream for $119.9 million.
Now he's trying to figure out two things there.
I know. He's trying to, how do I correlate the Munch and the Scream?
I got as far as the Munch, and I had some late night flashbacks.
Edvard Munch was a painter. The Scream is one of his well-known works.
I thought the Scream was...
If you see it, you probably will recognize the painting.
But again, one of the things that's so funny about this kind of stuff, obviously I have no taste for art. I would swear that my godson, Mikey's 2-year-old little boy, drew this.
Where's the picture?
With the box of Crayolas that we gave him. Look at that.
I could have sworn that was Pablo Picasso that drew that.
No, sir, it was Edvard Munch. $119.9 million.
So is the guy screaming in the picture screaming because he got munched? Because I got to say, he looks like a muffler fluffer.
A muffler fluffer.
How much do you think you can get for that, man, nowadays?
Which one, the muffler fluffer or the picture?
No.
For Arvin?
Yeah.
Arvin gives them away for free.
And here's another funny story. A 300-pound man was naked, walked into a Walmart, and stole a pair of socks.
You know what? I can relate to that one.
So, I mean, if you're naked and you go into Walmart, why the socks? I don't know. It doesn't explain the story.
I can totally relate to that one
why only
too,
socks, man? And it's all on video, and you can go online, Google this, and you can watch the video. Of course, they block some of the parts, but socks?
I can relate, man. At
Really?
300 pounds, especially now when summer's coming up, it's hot.
And here's one just for you.
You want to walk around naked, but yet my feet are always cold, so I can relate walking into Walmart naked just to get some socks.
You know what? If you do that, I will record it.
Look at Pam, dude. Pam is just like, please, Lord, let this be over. She's got an egg timer over there waiting to just cut our signal off.
And hide your naughty drawers. Sex shop robberies are sweeping the nation. In case you didn't know.
Are you on a spree, Mikey?
Yeah. So there's been an abundance of sex shop robberies all across the nation, and what's happening is people are going in and stealing sex toys, man. They don't even go into the register.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the same thing I always say: words to live by. With a home camera and a flashlight, there isn't too much you can't do.
And what does that have to do?
I was gonna say, how does that relate? Can you draw us a picture?
You know what?
You should have finished that segment with a goonie goo goo.
Arvin's not even old enough to know a goonie goo goo.
Man, it's just,
Mikey, stop being a muffler fluffer.
but what I'm reading this and I'm cracking up is like it's hundreds across the nation, and they're not touching the register. They're going in and getting mega masturbators and pipe dream extreme sex dolls.
You're talking about that like you know exactly what product that is.
Man, I don't know what the hell it is.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Are these products based on actual parts of somebody famous?
No, I don't know.
These are just generic things. They're not molds to certain people, nothing like that.
I don't know.
Arvin, you know, we talked about politics today. We talked about world travel. We talked about many other items, and you had no follow-up questions. But Mike talks about adult toys, and you have in-depth questions.
Because I can relate. There might be a big market for this on the black market. I can see something like this going for big bucks on eBay.
What if it's the black market? Wouldn't you just buy it in the callejones in downtown and just, you know?
What's so funny too about Arvin's term? You think we're in, we're still living in Vietnam during the war, and it's the black market.
And here's the last one before we go. This guy kidnaps a lady to go to the bank and withdraw money from her account. He's wearing a mask. While getting there, she convinces him to take off the mask so they don't create a scene. So he does. Anyways, he was ID'd and arrested. Anyways, that's all I have.
This hour was painful.
I know.
Painful.
The Three Guys Rant.
We'll be back next week.
Why? Why?
I don't know. Kill me. Just kill me now.